welcome to the Committee on Judiciary. Why don't we begin with our General Officer, Seth Magaziner. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Senators. I am here in favor of Senate Bill 2224 to ban the possession and sale and transfer of assault weapons, and Senate Bill 2653 prohibiting guns, magazines that hold more than 10 rounds of ammunition. I've been before you testifying in favor of these bills as your General Treasurer for 7 years now, but this is my first year also testifying in front of you as a father. My wife and I had a son, Max, 5 months ago. I am pleased to report that he is healthy and happy, and even more pleased to report that he is sleeping through the night. And like all of you who are parents, I want my son to live a healthy, fulfilling, and safe life. He's an only child, so we're trying to get him out to music class and daycare, see friends, and we want him to be safe in all environments. As Treasurer, I also oversee the state's Crime Victims Compensation Program. Through that program, we have assisted hundreds of victims of gun violence and their families here in Rhode Island. We have heard their stories. In some cases, we have paid for their funerals. And we owe it to all Rhode Islanders as elected officials to enact common sense, pragmatic laws to keep people safe. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Well-regulated. We are not doing our constitutional duty if we do not ensure that arms are well-regulated so that our state and our people are secure. Many of the deadliest mass shootings, Las Vegas, Orlando, Pittsburgh, Newtown, and elsewhere, involved military-style assault weapons that were banned under federal law just 2 decades ago and are banned today in our neighboring states. Now listen to this. Assault weapons and high-capacity magazines are not used in all gun crimes, or even most. But those crimes, on average, are deadlier when assault weapons and high-capacity magazines are used. The Rockefeller Institute found that mass shootings, on average, are more than twice as deadly when an assault weapon is used. Of all of the mass shooting incidents between 2009 and 2018, assault weapons accounted for 76% of the injuries, even though they were used less than half the time. Shooters who use assault-style weapons and high-capacity magazines can target larger numbers of people, making it more difficult for those in the line of fire to escape and making it more difficult for law enforcement to intervene. Mass shooting deaths were 70% lower when the federal ban was in effect than today. In 2020, I announced that on our watch, the state of Rhode Island will no longer invest public dollars in companies that manufacture assault weapons for civilian use, for this reason. Our office also is pressing credit card companies to stop facilitating payments for ghost gun kits like those that were used in recent mass shootings in Providence and were seized in Burrillville just in the last few weeks.
Thank you, Treasurer.
Thank you. People are trusting us to make smart, pragmatic decisions, and I appreciate the opportunity to present here today.
Thank you very much. I believe Senator Rogers has questions, and your 3 minutes begins, Senator Rogers.
We talk about mass shootings and weapons used and deaths. Do you know what the most common gun used as the culprit in mass shootings, the one that really...
Yeah, I know that in mass shootings, when assault weapons are used, those shootings on average are much deadlier than if they are not used. So assault weapons are not used most of the time in gun crimes or even in mass shootings, but when they are used, those incidents on average are deadlier.
Very sharp. It's obvious you're a politician, as am I. So the question was, do you know what weapon is most commonly used in the one that kills most people in mass shootings?
Yeah. Again, this is one of those tricks where you make the point that most guns that are used in mass shootings and in crimes are not assault weapons, which I agree with and which I actually noted in my remarks, but those shootings are deadlier on average when assault weapons are used.
Okay, so I'll answer the question for you. It's handguns. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Senator De La Cruz, please. You're up
Thank you,
next.
Chairwoman. Congratulations on your baby boy. Just remember having my babies and how overjoyed I was. So congratulations. As a parent, as a mom, as an elected official, I take my job very seriously. And again, taking that oath as an elected official to uphold and defend the Constitution goes before how I feel about things. And this is not a trick, as you would say, the question. The question is a valid one. It's firearms, not long rifles or ARs. It's handguns. And when it comes to the Constitution, you know, I only have a few minutes, so I'm not going to go into Scalia's arguments about the Second Amendment and its wording. But I will point out that the Constitution here in Rhode Island, under Section 22, simply states, "The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, period." No other qualifiers, nothing else. So, as elected officials, again, you know, I take my oath seriously, but also I feel so fortunate to have been born in this country, really the greatest country that has afforded my family opportunities that they would not have anywhere else. And so I'm going to do everything that I can to protect those rights. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Senator. All I'll say in response is the federal assault weapons ban was upheld as constitutional. The assault weapons and high-capacity magazine bans in our neighboring states upheld as constitutional. And the existing limitations on bearing arms in Rhode Island that you all have passed, like the ghost gun ban, have been upheld as constitutional here in Rhode Island under our state constitution as well.
Thank you. But the question here was on the bills 2224, 2653, and your statement about the constitutionality of firearms. So I was just responding to that, but thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions or comments by committee members? Thank you, General Treasurer.